The workplace can be filled with horrifying situations. The chances of accident, injury, or mortifying embarrassment on the average job may be higher than you think. Producer and actress Sarah Elbert found this out the hard and horrifying way.
So, when I first moved to Hollywood, one of my very first jobs was at CBS Studios as a page. And our job was really to wrangle the audience members. Some of the shows that we did at the time were Roseanne and Dennis Miller Live and Price is Right, the Bob Barker Price is Right. I was promoted as head page, and I was working as the head page on Price is Right, and we would do 2 shows a day. Each of the shows would have 300 audience members in the audience. The producers and the directors of the show, Price is Right, interview all 300 people that are in the audience to choose their contestants. There's only like 6 of us watching over these 300 contestants. Most of these people have been waiting their whole life to be on Price is Right. Every single one of them has a story to tell you about that specifically, about how this is their grandma, she watched the show for 20 years, and this is her only dream, her dying wish is to be on Price is Right. Having only 6 or 7 of us watch over these 300 tourists that are just elated to be there, and they're all just have so much energy, it's kind of hard to wrangle all of these people. And so you kind of find yourself becoming more of a drill sergeant. They even dress us sort of in a military fashion where we have a uniform on, a red jacket and, the badge and black skirt, and all the pages are dressed the same. I'm sure we were very intimidating in our red jackets. People would want to really come up and buddy up to you and ask you how to get on the show. They would come up and kind of pull you aside, and that's the thing is, as I think back to this story, I just think of how frustrating it was to work on the show. I think of myself and I'm like, oh God, I was such a snot. But it was really hard. And it was always like, oh, I have a question, where's the bathroom? I have a question, how do I get on the show? My family really wants to sit in the front row. They would just crowd around you and just be asking all sorts of questions, and they thought their question was the most important question, and it just got very frustrating. I had enough. On one particular morning, it was the second show of the day. So this was 300 more people. This is 600 people that I've dealt with in the span of 7 hours. So this woman came up and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, I have a question for you. I'd really like to ask it in private." And I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, you don't need to touch me. If you have a question, I'm sure it's the same question that maybe all 300 other people have. I'm gonna have to answer that question probably 25 other times, so if you just tell me the question now, all these other people can hear it, and then I just have to answer it once. So go ahead." And she said, she touched my shoulder and pulled me aside, and I said, "Ma'am, please don't touch me. What is your question?" And she said, "I just wanted to let you know that your skirt is split all the way up the back, and everyone can see your butt and your underwear and everything that's back there." And I was horrified.